Good evening, students. Today we are going to start a chapter called probability. Probability in literal meaning, we all know the literal meaning of probability means chances of getting something done, chances of some return, means how much chance we hold if we are doing something, how much is the probability or the chance to succeed in a certain thing. So let us see some of the terms related to probability so that you can understand it better. From this chapter we will be learning this experiment, what is experiment, then we will learn what is the meaning of random experiment, what is the meaning of outcome? Outcome of an experiment. If we do some experiment, we get something out of it. So what are the outcomes? What is the meaning of event in terms of probability when we are talking of probability? And what probability in itself means? Probability of an event or probability of the result we are expecting. We will also learn about the formula for finding the probability of an event and determine the outcomes and probabilities of some experiment we are doing. So we will take some examples to understand it better. Let us see what are the terms which are very important for you to us to understand. First one, as I said, is experiment. Experiment here means that if we are doing something where we expect some results to come, which is controlled, we are knowing what are the possible results. That process itself is called an experiment, where we have got well-defined outcomes. The outcome is well defined, but it's not certain. There may be some different outcomes which may vary according to the same, in the same circumstances, the outcome may vary. Then comes the concept of random experiment. An experiment which, when repeated, same experiment, if you repeat under the same circumstances, same place, within the same fraction of a minute or the same time, it does not produce the same result. The result will vary every time. It may be same, it may not be same, but we will not be in a position to predict what will be the result before the experiment is done. It's only after the experiment we come to know what is the result. Let us, for an example, if we toss a coin, we know that outcome can be either getting a head or getting a tail. But before tossing it, we cannot say whether it will be certainly a head or certainly a tail. So we have a very well defined outcome here, but it is not sure because it may change. It may change. It may repeat also. Rolling of a dice. If we roll a dice, then you either get we can get one of the numbers from 1 to 6, but we are not sure which number we will get. Now take another example, pulling a card, one single card from a pack of playing cards which is very well shuffled. Then shuffled means mixed. Then we are not in a position to say what card it will come out. So in this, these are the experiments. These are called the random experiments, in which the outcomes, we know that if we pull a card, suppose we pull a card from a pack of playing cards, it will be one of the 52 cards. So the outcomes are limited to 52, but it is not sure which one will be the outcome, which card is coming when we pull it out. Then comes the concept of sample space. This is a very important term to understand. Sample space is the total or the all possible outcomes of an experiment. As I said, if I am pulling a card from a pack of 52 playing cards, the possible outcomes are those 52 cards itself. It can be ace of heart, ace of club, or any card can come, which will be out of those 52 possible results. Okay, so that set will will have all, if S is a set that will have all those 52 possibilities, will be set of all 52 possibilities. Okay, so that set S is the all possibilities of outcomes. Means it also means that if I am pulling a card, it cannot be the 53rd type of card, because we know that in the pack there are only 52 cards and they are what type of cards they are. So there cannot be any possibility which will be out of this set. So they will all belong to the set of sample space. So sample space contains all the possible outcomes of an experiment. If we roll a die, the sample space for this experiment will be 6 different outcomes. It can be either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. It cannot be anything like, if we cannot have a face having 7 possible 7 dots on it. It's not possible, because we know that in our dice we have 6 sides, 6 faces, and all the faces is marked by 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 and 6. So this will not belong to the set we are talking about, that is sample space. It will only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are the possible outcomes of the dice we are rolling. One dice we are rolling. So this is any other. If we say that, do we have a chance to get 0? We definitely do not stand any chance to get 0 if we roll our dice. So the sample space only will contain these 6 faces. Okay, let us see what comes next. That is outcome. Now out of this sample space, which have, let us take the same example again, rolling of a die. If we say one outcome, if I say getting 2, if I get 2, that is one outcome. If I rolled a die, I got 2, that is one of the outcome of that experiment at one time. I roll the die again, it is possible that next time I am getting 3, so the second outcome is 3. So these are the outcomes. A result of an activity is called outcome in each experiment. In example of rolling die, there are 6 possible results. Each one of them are called outcomes. As I said, if I am rolling it once, I am getting 2, that is an outcome. If I get 3 next time, it's an outcome again. So there are 6 different outcomes, possible outcomes, when we roll a die. Now, one very important thing to understand here is favorable outcome. We have outcomes, we understood what are the outcomes, but suppose the outcome which we are interested in. Suppose we are playing a game, some kind of game where you are using a die and you desperately need a number called maybe 6. Now your interest in that particular experiment, when you are rolling the die, your interest is specific to number 6. 6 is you are looking for. 6 is the number you are looking for. You desperately need it. So what are the, then we will try to learn that what is the chance of getting 6 when you roll a die once, because you don't get chance repeatedly, you are rolling it once. So what is the chance of getting 6, the number 6? So what it says that on the roll of a die, if I want to know the probability of outcome of 6, the favorable outcome in this case is 6. So this is the favorable outcome. We are not interested in other numbers. So we are just interested in 6. So we want to know what is the probability of getting 6 if I roll a die in that particular instant. Okay. So we will talk about it a little bit detail. This is also called result of interest actually. Now what is an event? The set of sum or the all possible outcome is called an event. Event can be one possible outcome or maybe more than one possible outcome. Let us see one example. Suppose I roll a die and I'm saying that I must get a number which is odd number. In that case, the set of the event we are talking about, not just one number. Like in the first case, I was interested only for 6, but in this case, what I'm looking for is any number which is an odd number. So our chances, the event contains 3 different outcomes, and the different outcomes are 1, 3 and 5, because these are the 3 possible outcomes which satisfies our interest. Our interest is getting an odd number. What are the odd numbers? They are 1, 3 and 5. We cannot have 7, we cannot have any number greater than 7 or 6, because we have only up to 6. Our possible outcomes are from 1 to 6. So these are the 3 possible outcomes. So with this combination, if I take this combination, this is a particular event we are looking for. It's a combination of outcome. Event is a combination of one or all possible outcomes. Now coming to the main aspect, what we are trying to learn here is to find the probability of an event, which is usually written as P. Inside the P means probability of E is denoted as P, inside the bracket we write E. It is, if you write the mathematical formula, it says that it is a number of outcomes favorable to E divided by number of all possible outcomes of the experiment. Let me repeat. Is the probability of event E is number of outcomes favorable to E. Favorable to E. Favorable is the word, keyword here. Number divided by number of possible outcomes of the outcome of the experiment. Again, we'll take one example for you to make it will be so that you can understand it better. But before that, let us understand two very important concept. That is, probability of any event is always between 0 and 1. Probability cannot be more than 1. Probability cannot be less than 0. 0 probability means what? What is the meaning of probability 1? Let us understand this. Probability of 1 means that event is certain. The event is certain means it is definitely going to happen. In one particular experiment itself, the first experiment itself, you will get your desired result or favorable result. For example, if I am saying I am tossing a coin and I said I should get either head or tail, so anything is good for me. Anything comes when tossing of the coin, whether it's a head or tail, both the cases my job is done. So our favorable outcome is either head or tail on tossing of the coin. So it is certain. If you toss a coin, you will get either head or tail. So in that case, what you get is you are having probability of 1. How is it happening? Let us use this formula here. Can you see what is the number of favorable outcomes here? Head or tail. So we have favorable outcome, number of outcomes which is favorable is 2, and number of possible outcome. And if I am tossing a coin, what are the all possible outcomes of the experiment? They are also 2, isn't it? So if we have total outcome, all possible outcome, and the outcome of the favorable event, both are the same, means if you can divide them, and finally what you get is 1 as your answer, right? So in this case, what you are saying is that if I have the favorable event is same as the total all possible outcomes, then it is certain to happen. It will definitely take place. Let us see what is the meaning of probability 0. It is, this event is impossible. We say event is impossible. If I say, suppose, my favorite, let us take one example of rolling of a die. getting a face when the number is 7. We have seen that if we roll a die, there can be only 6 possibilities. 7 is not even on the die, so it's not at all possible when you roll a die you get number 7. It is just not possible because you are using one die. I'm talking about one die. It's not that we are using 2 dice. So 7 is just not possible. So if I go by this formula again, in this case what we say that PE is equal to total outcome. Total outcome is 6 because we are rolling a die, and now getting the number 7. What is the number of outcomes favorable to E in this case? Number of outcomes getting 7 is 0. So it's 0 upon 6, that is equal to 0. So it is impossible event. In case of impossible event, the probability becomes 0. All other probabilities you will see, if you keep on doing some more examples, you will see all those probabilities will lie between 0 and 1. Probabilities will be between 0 and 1. All probabilities, PE always lies between 0, it should be greater than 0 and less than equal to 1. Okay, so let's take few examples now. Rolling of a die. If we roll a die, the probabilities you get are these 6 faces. We have already seen it before. So number of all possible outcomes in this case is 6. Number of all possible outcomes in this is 6. Now if I say what is the probability of getting a 6? What is the probability of getting a 6? The number of outcome favorable to getting 6 is how many? It's 1. Here also you can say it's 1. So our outcome favorable to E is what? Is 1. So what is the total probability? What is the probability of getting a number 6? P6 is equal to 1 by 6. So what you see, the probability is 1 by 6. You can very well see that 1 by 6 is greater than 0, but it is less than 1, less than equal to 1 or less than 1. So it always follows the rule that probability of any experiment or outcome will always lie between 0 and 1. Let us see some more example. Now let us take one example where we are using 2 coins. We are tossing 2 coins. So what are the probable outcomes? If we toss 2 coins, let us see what are the possible examples, outcomes, all possible outcomes. Tossing 2 coins, we may get both heads, right? We can get both heads. We can get one tail and one head. Yes, we can get one tail and one head. We can get one head and one tail. Okay, and then we can also get both tails. So these are the all possible outcomes we are getting. So 4 different possible outcomes are here. So what is the probability of getting at least one head? Because if I want to I want to use this formula, that probability of the event in this case is, what is the event in this? Probability of getting at least, the event is at least one head. At least one head is your event in this case. Okay, so before if I want to use this formula, I should know these 2 things. That I should know what is the denominator, what is the numerator. What is the denominator? Is the number of all possible outcomes of the experiment. So we just saw that number of all possible outcomes are 4 here. Now we have to find, we should know how much is the number of outcomes favorable to E. So let us see how many are possibilities that is favorable to E. We need at least one head. So if I am getting both heads, this will be okay for us. We need at least one head. Here we have both the heads. Okay, now yeah, so and what other things we can have? We can have one head first one tail and one head. So this is also okay for us. Then I think there is one more outcome which is possible, which satisfies which is favorable to us, is one head and one tail. So we have, out of this 4, we have 3 favorable outcomes. Favorable outcomes are 3 here. So it means the number of outcomes favorable of getting at least one head is 3. So we have, so what will be the probability of getting at least one head? Will be 3, that is favorable outcome, number of favorable outcome divided by total possible outcome, that is 3 upon 4, which is, again you can say it is 0, between greater than 0 and less than 1. So it satisfied the rule of probability, that probabilities are always between 0 and 1. Okay, now let us see the one question related to playing card. You know, there are in playing cards there are 52 cards. All these cards are in this image. You can see first one, this one is called you know, this black color card with this sign is called club. You should know the names of this. This red color card with heart shape, it is called heart. These are all cards with hearts. This one is called this one is called spade. And this red one, red with a diamond shape, is called diamond itself. Okay, diamond, spade, diamond, spade, heart and club. These are the names of these cards. So from the well shuffled pack, the question is, well shuffled pack of playing cards, what is the possibility of getting a queen, any queen? How many queens you have in a pack of cards? You have 1, 2, 3 and 4 queens, each for each type of cards. You have 4 jacks, 4 queen and 4 king and 4 aces, and all the cards, you can say all the cards, 2 is all 4. In all there are 4 2s, 4 3s, 4 4s. So all the cards are in equal in number. And one type of card, if I say how many cards are there for club, they are 13 cards for club, 13 for heart, 13 for spade, 13 for diamond. All these cards have 13. Total cards are 52. Okay, 52 cards are there in total. So the question is, what is the probability of getting a queen? So what is the number of possible outcomes of pulling one card from the pack? We can have 52 different types of cards, so we can get any out of 52. So all possible outcomes here is 52. Now what is the possible, how many number of outcomes favorable of getting queen? It's as many queen we have 4 queens here. So same number of favorable number of outcomes, favorable outcomes are there, that is 4. It means if I go by the formula, what is the formula? The formula says that the number of outcomes favorable of getting the event divided by total number of outcome gives you the probability of getting queen, which is 4 upon 52, and that finally, if you write it into lowest form, it will be 1 by 30. So 1 by 30 is the possibility or the probability of getting a queen if you pull a card from the pack of a well shuffled playing card. So this is how you find probabilities of different experiments, different favorable outcomes. And you should remember one formula is here, which is very important for you, and that is that the probability of an event, a favorable event, is equal to number of favorable events divided by total number of outcomes. Thank you very much, students. Let us hope you stay safe at home. Let us see you again in our online classes. Thank you very much.